Hello.
I can hear you. This is the reporter.
Okay. This is Commissioner Charles Laird from Somerset County.
Good evening, Commissioner Laird. This is Judge Burke. How are you?
Fine. How are you, ma'am?
Good, thank you. We're going to get started in a few minutes, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, when somebody calls in on the phone, please ask them for their spelling of their name.
Will do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Mark Schroeder with Costen Solar.
Good evening, everybody.
Evening.
You're on the record whenever you say, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. We're here today. It is October 19th, Tuesday, 2021. It is about 7 p.m. We're here this evening for a second public comment hearing in case number 9662, which is captioned in the matter of the application of Costen Solar, Inc. for a certificate of public convenience and necessity to construct a 10.625 megawatt solar photovoltaic generating facility in Somerset County, Maryland. We are conducting tonight's hearing via WebEx and live streaming it on the Public Utility Law Judge's YouTube channel. My name is Christine Burke. I'm a Public Utility Law Judge with the Maryland Public Service Commission. Sitting jointly with me this evening is Vice President of the Somerset County Board of Commissioners, the Honorable Charles Laird. Welcome, Commissioner Laird.
Thank you.
The applicant in this case on April 12th filed an application for a certificate of public convenience and necessity for authority to construct a 10.625 megawatt alternating current generating capacity solar photovoltaic facility in Somerset County, Maryland. The project is to be constructed on approximately 57 acres of the 149-acre property owned by Chesapeake Renewable Energy, LLC, located at 33001 Costen Road, Pocomoke City, Maryland. The project will include approximately 34,000 photovoltaic panels, 70 string inverters, and an interconnection to Chop Tank Electric Cooperative's existing Edgewood substation. In addition to the applicant, the Maryland Department of Natural Resources Power Plant Research Program, the Maryland Office of People's Counsel, and the technical staff of the Public Service Commission are also parties to this proceeding. Purpose of tonight's hearing is to solicit comments from members of the public. The company was directed to publish notice of this evening's hearing on several print and electronic platforms with instructions on how to participate. Individuals that wish to participate were directed to send an email to psc.pulj@gmail.gov. In addition, written comments may be submitted either electronically via the Commission's website at www.psc.state.maryland.us or by first-class mail through October 22nd, 2021. Electronic comments can also be submitted via the website through the public comment portal, which is located under the tools section about halfway down the page. In the event that you are submitting electronic or written comments, please make sure to reference case number 9662 when submitting your comments. If the applicant would please present on the project, Mr. Bugelmans.
Thank you, Your Honor, and thank you to everyone for joining tonight. My name is David Begelmans, and I'm an attorney for the applicant, in this case, Costen Solar, Inc. I'm joined tonight by Mark Schroeder from the applicant, as well as Dane Bauer, who's one of the environmental consultants for the project. With that, I'll pass the virtual microphone actually to Mr. Bauer, who will provide the presentation tonight. Thanks for joining.
Your Honor. Actually, this project is a little bit unique. It's a little bit south of Princess Anne and a little bit north of Pocomoke. It's on the Costen branch, which goes to the lower Pocomoke. It was actually an industrial site that got a special exception for 3 commercial areas to do various renewable energy projects back in 2011. So at that time, the owner was Chesapeake Renewable, and that's who the current applicant would be leasing from. And the first project on one of the 3 pads that was done by Chesapeake Renewable did all of the environmental analyses for the entire 255-acre tract. There was a special exception that was also approved for the entire 3-pad industrial site. Just this year, the environmental reviews were refreshed, and as part of that process, the applicant went back to the county and asked for an update to the special exception, now knowing what they were going to use the second pad for, which would be a second solar project behind the solar project that already exists on Costen Road. Subsequent to that, the applicant was able to file a site plan that showed exactly how the project would be laid out, where the limit of disturbance was, where the panels would be, all the setbacks and buffers. And that was also approved by the county. So we're not in a critical area. This is not a Tier 2 watershed. Maryland Historic Trust has signed off on the project. DNR did a rare, threatened, and endangered species and found a mud sudfish, which will not be impacted from the project, both because of the buffers and the stormwater protections and the sediment and erosion controls. So as far as the environmental goes, there's no floodplain impacts, no wetlands. There are no impacts from the project, and all the buffers have been put in place. So basically, that's a summary of what we put in the environmental review document, and the project is in conformance with all the major environmental conditions that are typically imposed by the Public Service Commission.
I think you're on mute, Your Honor, but that concludes our presentation you're asking.
Okay. Thank you. As I said earlier, this hearing is to solicit comments from the public. Commissioner Laird, is there anything that you would like to contribute to the hearing tonight?
Yes. The question that we had from the commissioners, Your Honor, is the drainage ditch that goes through that property that I believe has already been addressed as far as maintaining it. with keeping a right of way, an accessible right of way to maintain that ditch, because that ditch is the one that relieves the water off of the county area through the Costen drainage branch. And we just wanted to make sure that that was always going to be into the project plan, as far as not building up, you know, right against the ditch where they couldn't maintain it in the future. And I just wanted to ask if that was something that was going to be able to be handled through the project.
I would ask someone from the applicant, either Mr. Bauer or.
There's a 50-foot buffer that has been placed as a setback from both the drainage ditch and the stream that is adjacent to the project.
Okay, but
And
the
there's also,
question, I guess,
there's also been a, if you look at the site plans, which were approved by the county commissioner, you'll see an area that is set aside to allow maintenance of that drainage ditch.
okay, that was our concern, to make sure we had some type of a maintenance plan in the future when it, you know, might need to be cleaned or what have you, just to make sure we don't get water backed up. That's all.
And I'm sorry, Mr. Schroeder, can you just identify yourself for the record, for the court reporter, and spell your name?
Sure. My name is Mark Schroeder. That's M-A-R-K, Schroeder, S-C-H-R-O-E-D-E-R, and I'm with Costen Solar.
Thank you. Commissioner Laird, did that answer your question?
Yes, it certainly does, and I certainly thank you for allowing me to participate.
Thank you for being here. Are there any other members of the public that wish to participate tonight or comment on the project? Hearing none. I want to thank everybody for being here this evening. And I'd also like to remind anyone that is watching tonight that written comments can will be accepted through October the 22nd of 2021. There is presently an evidentiary hearing in this matter scheduled for October the 26th, 2021. And again, written comments will be accepted, as well as electronic comments, which can be submitted through the Commission's website. If anyone would like to look at those comments and see if they're review them, they can also be viewed on the Commission's website by clicking the Search Public Comments link about halfway down the page under the Tools section and selecting case number 9662 from the drop-down menu. If there is nothing further this evening, we can conclude today's hearing. Is there anything from anyone? Hearing none, thank you all for attending and have a good evening. Thank you. We can go off the record, Mr. Court Reporter.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Off the record, Your Honor. Thank you.